Welcome back to the Relationship Whisperer Show with Miss Dragonfly, where we discuss all things relationships with the aim to make marriage great again. Don't we, Bluey? And welcome back.
Back again.
Welcome back to the show. I hope your
You're going
mic
to get a permanent chair in here.
Yeah. I wouldn't say your guest anymore. We'd say you're Mr. Permanent. Just checking your mic's okay today. I mean, we had some issues last time.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that might save people hearing my silly voice.
More like a crackle of a voice. Well, anyway, today, look, we've given out a lot of relationship advice.
You certainly have.
Yeah, that's what this program is all about.
It is?
Yeah.
Is that what it's about?
Yeah. You've been all this time.
I should have read the script at first.
Yeah, the penny hasn't dropped yet. Well, but, I started giving out relationship advice as a counselor to so much other relationship advice out there that people are getting, which I could see.
It sounds like a broken record.
Yeah, it doesn't work. And it's the same thing. They keep sprouting the same thing and it doesn't work. And why doesn't it work? Because we still got sky-high divorce rates and people and so many people single and desperate, mostly women, and running away from marriage and relationships, mostly men.
Strange, isn't it, how things have turned around a bit.
So something's wrong.
Well, I saw this thing the other day. They said that they went to singles night.
Oh, yeah.
Singles night.
It used to be.
It used to be so exciting.
And, you had pubs.
Singles night. Woohoo!
You had pubs and things put on singles nights back then as well,
I know.
Especially in the more country towns and rural areas, regional areas where they're a bit harder to find
very
them
much so. I was driving through this small country town, it was only like a few houses, like next to nothing. They had a signpost up like it was a town or whatever, but there was hardly anybody there.
Yeah.
And you know what they had? They had like a town, like a village hut. It was like. It was like a tiny little hut, and you know what they had at the front? I just laughed and laughed and laughed. I thought it was one of the most funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It had this sign out the front, a sandwich board sign. Yeah. And you know what it had on it? What? It had on it, Singles Night, this Friday.
Where are all the singles?
Singles night. Imagine going there and you see your neighbour. I didn't know you were single. There must have been all about 5 houses in the whole village. And it was singles night.
Maybe the publican knew there's something and
the hall was about the size of, you wouldn't even get your car in there. It was like a car. It was like a single car garage or something like that.
The whole village was single. Let's try to get them to meet each other.
Yeah, singles night. I don't know if they were having a laugh or what. But it was as funny as.
You know what? I would have liked to gone there on that singles night to check out.
Well, you could have video recorded it. It would have been hilarious. It would have been hilarious. It was like,
what, you're single too? So am I?
Bah.
Okay, 100% success rate there. It'll come up later and say, guess what? We achieved 100% success on singles night.
Success ratio.
Yeah.
There's not many singles nights got our success ratio.
Yours was 100%. Everyone that attended found someone. Hooked up with someone.
Oh dear, they might have been cousins. Who knows?
Like 2 people in the whole village or town.
That was hilarious. It was so hilarious. For days, I just kept bursting out laughing. Imagine going there getting all dressed up.
So our listeners, if you've got a funny anecdote to tell, please let us know. So give us a call and let us know. The number is 02 9822 8893. Okay, you've got a funny one like Bluey. See if you've got one that'll beat Bluey's.
It might be like that movie, where there was nobody left in the whole world.
Yeah.
And the guy was talking to dolls and stuff, dressing them up.
Talking to himself.
It might be doing that there. Have a few dolls in the corner. Are you single, love? You don't talk a lot, do you?
Well, tonight's topic, if you didn't read on my Facebook post today, is why
about dating in small villages.
well,
No,
more,
it's
more
not
like
only joking.
dating advice. Well, why dating advice people receive online is making people worse at love. It's not helping. You know, notice people are even more clueless than ever because they receive all this advice and it doesn't work. You know, look, we've got TikTok, YouTube, podcasts, influencers, basically social media. Yeah, giving all this advice, and
They get millions of clicks. They get like hundreds of thousands of clicks.
And if you look at the content, well,
Pretty crappy, really,
there's
isn't
not
it?
much there. But the alarming thing is, I have to say, it's actually shaping dating behaviour. You know, look, and because people are learning scripts, buzzwords, and attitudes, but not real relationship skills, are they?
No.
You know, I mean, look, the advice online people receive is what? It's often extreme, you know, and it's ego feeding, anti-commitment, and anti-opposite sex.
I thought you were going to say anti-Semite there.
Well, that word has been floating around a lot lately.
Not in the
buzzword.
dating agencies.
But
I
not
hope.
in the dating agencies. Dating agencies, you know what the sexes are looking for. They know it to a T. You know, men and women are looking for a provider. Men are looking for pretty young things. We can pretty much sum it up. Doesn't mean that it's correct though.
Yeah.
But that's what they are.
That's what appeases the palate.
Appeases the palate, and also that is what, well, apart from some biology, is because that's what they once have been shaped by all this social media and buzzwords. And look, it is extreme because on the one hand, for the women, you've got the feminists, okay, giving out and pushing this narrative, and the women are absorbing it and lapping it up in circumstances, saying basically, look, you don't need a man, you don't need a family, you don't need someone to come home to. Yeah, stuff.
There's a lot of that now, isn't
think
it?
Of yourself. That's on the women's side. This is what they're receiving, and that's making them less less, let's say, even palatable.
Yeah.
As a partner.
These group of women were talking in this. They were along the lines of the discussion was that if they actually were financially independent, they wouldn't want any man at all. They wouldn't be with any man.
Are they sprouting the narrative?
Well, that's what they were sprouting. He says, once you got money, you don't need a man. You only need a man for money. You see.
Yeah, and that's from feminists.
But what you give them a few months when they're by themselves and see how all the insecurities come out from the feminine mind.
Yeah.
You know, because women and men are different, aren't they? Like
different.
psychologically, they're different.
Psychologically different needs, and biology as well.
And women can feel really insecure.
Yeah.
They can be almost in tears, like they're thinking, "Oh, everything's collapsing," and all the rest of it. They might look on the outer like they've got everything well under order. Everything's orderly. You know, they think they've got it all worked out and all the rest of it. But inside,
it's insecure.
They're an emotional basket case in most parts, and a lot of the time, this is one of the big benefits of a man. He'll usually just say, "Snap out of it."
Yeah.
You know, or don't be silly. Come on, you can be better than that, and type of thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just need that encouragement.
Yeah, you need
that male drive. Male has a force. Like masculine is a force.
There is a certain level of
when
confidence.
he goes to put his mind to do something, there's a force there. There's the things, and you know, if a man can tell you to snap out of it, don't be so silly. You know, it's easy. You can help you just to get back on track, can't it? Okay,
and so the women actually want the men like that, not a man that would I understand how you feel and all that
exactly.
Feeling. That they don't. That's the beta.
Yeah,
men.
if a woman had to do a program, she'd be saying, "Oh, I want the man's like that," but they don't. They don't. They want the strong man. Like it's like so. For example, most women now you'll see in relationships, or many of them, they wear the trousers.
Yeah.
They wear the trousers.
Because
They boss around. They give all the instructions.
yeah.
And you know, and so
It's either now. This is the thing. You think that they do that out of need or because they are like that?
well, it's one thing is that having to control everything.
Okay,
So if
because
we're-
they
if we're
want to, or because out of necessity, because
Well, a
the
lot of
man,
the times
the
when you
man
wanna
is
control- when you want-
unable to take control, so she has to step
All
up.
right. Well, that's different.
This is what I mean.
That's
so
different.
it
But
was
what
either,
she doesn't want
yeah.
to do is depower the man. See, it's like demasculinize him. Like, so he'd take his masculinity away. What are you doing? You can't do anything without me. Oh, park here, do this, do that. What's wrong with you? Can't you do anything right?
She,
you know.
she's competing with him. Then, look, depends on her motivations. The reason why she's doing it, doing it because she actually needs to, because he's able to. So she has to step up and take charge. That's a necessary,
Yeah.
or because she just wants to basically wrestle power and control. You know, so it's two different reasons. One is a necessity. One is trying to prove something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and like I say, with it, well, we're doing the women first. Because she's been fed by all these feminists. Now, feminists are anti-family. That's it, aren't they?
Yeah.
You don't need to control. I think their vision for women is just
And
everything.
is that because they can't get a family?
They can't get a family. They want other women to be the same as them.
One to be able to be the same as them.
So, yeah, same thing. I think there's a bitterness.
That's the sadness, isn't
There's
it?
a bitterness. And that's why this is a thing. They can see that the attractive women are mostly conservative women. And the unattractive ones are mostly the liberal feminists. So, yeah, it's not absolutely all, but you can see a trend there. A lot of the time. Of course, there's exceptions to everything. There might be great models, like looking models that are feminists.
No
and,
doubt about that.
And, you know, and ones that...
But you're talking about here the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, generally. That's the case because the women that are attractive themselves, they don't have anything to prove. Okay. Whereas the ones that are unattractive, they're the ones that more gravitate towards the leftism views and become feminists because they're not popular because of their looks with men, and so they become anti-men as a reason to justify. We don't need them. That kind of thing. Whereas biology-wise, men are attracted to beauty. So the good-looking women don't have to be feminists. They're popular.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Well,
So though there are still good-looking women that do sprout the feminist narrative, though, but I guess they do it for sociability and social likes and so forth. I mean, you can just look at Meghan Markle. Look, love her or hate her, you have to admit that she is good-looking, and she's sprouting the feminist narrative like anything at all, like anything. You see? Though, look at the one that's married to her. You think he's enjoying and having a good life? So this is one thing I have to advise men.
maybe
is
a
that,
bit better life than his uncle.
Yeah, still. But she's, you can see how she's anti-family. I mean, she, broke off relations with her own dad. You know, he did everything for her. And who attended the wedding from her side? Only her mother. Only her mother.
A royal wedding?
A royal
That's going to be seen around the whole world?
Only mother. Her father didn't get to attend.
Did people not know she was getting married or best friends?
Yeah, but you can
Or
see.
does she not have friends?
This is the thing.
But she was a leading actress on a major TV show.
I think they attended.
That would give you a lot of friends.
That
would get you friends, just that in itself.
But I'm talking about in terms of relatives and family. Okay, if she's had a issue with her dad's side of the family, his step siblings, and she doesn't get along. Fair enough. What about her mother's side? Where are all the relatives on her mother's side then? Only her mother turned up.
Yeah, maybe they were all beneath her.
Yeah, they're beneath her, and I'll say it's true. That I guess she feels a certain amount of from observing her attitude and her actions. She has some sort of shame as to her black side. I guess she doesn't want to bring out the black relatives.
Right.
Because on her
because
actress
she's a bit
profile-
dark, isn't she?
Yeah, well, she can pass for Hispanic because she's light enough to pass for Hispanic, you know. Even and Candace Owens, which is a full black woman, she's saying that I would have thought she was Hispanic, you know. But this is the thing on her date. You know how actors have a bio. A bio listing their stats and all that. Ethnicity. She listed Caucasian.
No.
Not just mixed, Caucasian. Let alone being.
Well, that wouldn't get you any brownie points these
black.
days, would
So-
it? Because they've got an agenda against white people.
But now, well, then she
played
played the race card when it suited her.
Right.
You remember how she was calling out the royal family were racist towards her? That's why she had to leave. And about, they're asking about how dark her child is going to be when she gets born. And on that Oprah interview.
They're not going to like that, the royal family.
What?
You know, back in the years ago, like a half-caste person was really looked down upon. Not by me, no way I would do that, but
By both sides?
But
you mean by both sides?
Well, I remember back growing up, and it was like, because there wasn't that many around.
No, because there's not many interracial relationships.
There was none, virtually none. There was one girl came from Australia to our school. Goodness gracious, she got all the Skippy jokes and all that.
Though she was white, yeah?
Yeah, she was
she's
tall white, and she was tougher than the blokes. I
was going to ask you,
everybody up. She was an Aussie. She was an Aussie.
Did she fit in?
She was an Aussie. She could beat them all up. But yeah, I remember that. But that wouldn't go down too well in the royal family. Well, it wouldn't have 20 years ago. I can say that.
Meghan Markle was the royal family's virtue signal, a way of them to virtue signal. Look, you see, we accepted a dark person. Another iteration.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, that was the whole point. But because it was Harry, they wouldn't accept it if it was William.
No.
So that's different.
Yeah, that's the throne.
Yeah, that's the throne. That's the throne where,
Do you reckon he was forced into that?
Who, William?
Yeah, no.
Harry picked her. Was set up, but
he had to pick one. He had to pick somebody with the darkest skin tone. You reckon?
No. I reckon
he was just given free rein.
He was given free rein, and someone they were set up on a blind date.
You can go out with your uncle if you want.
but look, you know, it's like and this is the thing of hypocrisy. Even people that might have just like 1/10 of black blood, so to speak, they still are seen identified as a black. Kind of see that one drop of blood thing. But for her, some reason they said, oh no, she's not a half. She's biracial. She's not black. And said, oh, her mother's not full black. But then again, look, to me, she's a half black woman. Basically, her mother, you can see, is black. And people were saying that's not right because her mother's mixed. Well, most blacks in the US do have at least some white blood, don't they?
Well, they were saying,
do.
Snoop Dogg did a DNA test and he said, oh, you're only 71% black.
Yeah.
You're, the other one is you're Native American.
Yeah.
And the other one was you're Eastern European or something.
For a little bit. But he looked full black, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he looks full black, but, not really. Not if you go to Africa.
Oh, compared to the Africans.
Compared to the Africans, that's black.
That's black.
They're not actually black, though, are they? People are not black colour.
No, not black.
They're brown.
Brown. They're dark brown.
They're dark brown. There's no black. I don't see any black in anyone.
Yeah, but they're saying...
Maybe on the inside, there might be black.
They're black culture.
Might be black hearts.
Yeah.
They might have a black aura. But people are brown. They're not black.
Yeah, but I'm saying that they're seen as black. And they're regarded as black in the US.
Yeah, I know what they're seen. I've been around the block a few times. I know what we call them.
Yeah.
But is it right?
But what I'm trying to get at is socially, they're seen as black. But when it comes to Meghan Markle, her mum, oh, no, she's not black. Her mother's not black. Even though she's as dark as the ones that people usually call black.
I wonder if you have to wear it soon in the future.
Because
You might have to wear your percentage on your lapel.
and I was caught up.
55% this or whatever.
Yeah, and I could say I was caught up in this. I was accused of being racist by bringing up her black side, as if there is something shameful about being black. Is there something wrong with being black? You know, that she's obviously she's doing her best to play that down. That's racist. That is being racist. You're ashamed of what you are. And you're playing it and the people that go along with her are the same. Is there something wrong with being black? She's not proud of it. You know, we're here, you have a half black woman doing her best to be a white woman, and Obama is a half white man doing his best to be a black man. He's a half white man.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Doing his best to be a black man.
Yeah.
Why? Political points, social advantages.
Yeah.
Of certainly identifying when it suits them.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
It's like an agenda.
Yeah. You know, and if someone even made some joke, and Meghan Markle, you know, probably referring to her mum, oh, don't worry about her, that's just the maid, kind of thing.
Yeah, she did that or not?
Someone made something, but it's like one of her friends from back then, back before, and saying her attitude was almost like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So
she was up herself a bit?
Up herself. Yeah. So, like I say, people...
She should have come and lived in Australia for a while.
What would she have? Trying to pass as Aboriginal?
I brought her back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah, we don't give a
shit, right?
Yeah, we don't give a damn about
stuff like that. I remember meeting Kylie and Michael Hutchins.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
when they were together?
Yeah, and in Sydney. This was a thing about Australia. And so I was in the UK a couple of weeks beforehand.
Yeah.
No. I was in George Street, Sydney. That was in the days you could park out the front of George Street.
Yeah.
At the front of the movies and all that. But they were there and they were just, oh, g'day, how you going? All that
really?
nice. Just nice people. They were just like, oh, hello.
You didn't realise who it was?
Didn't bother them. Nobody really bothered them.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, you just get like a nod. Yeah, g'day, I love your work. And then that was it. You see? Well, 2 weeks later, I'm in London. And the whole street is shut down and there's beep, 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 beep. It's like something's going off. What on earth is going on here? What's happened in central London? And you know what it was? Kylie Minogue and Michael Hutchins went to the movies or something. And the whole place shut down. They're like, oh.
They were mobbed, eh?
A couple of weeks ago in Australia, in Sydney, it was like, yeah, g'day, mate. Hey, yeah, I like your work. And that was it. Like, nobody really bothered them. You know, and but in Britain it was like there was this celebrity
culture,
thing.
And here was everyone so laid back and oh, it's Kylie, whatever.
Yeah, it's like if the cast of Neighbours walked past you on the street, you probably wouldn't even know. But if they went down in England, or if they were in the UK,
I wonder if it's still huge.
Well,
there.
I don't know about that anymore. I don't know. I just don't know how it could be huge. If you watch that, it makes you feel talented.
It was shown like twice a day or something. It was shown like twice a day.
It was twice a day in Britain.
And people went home just to watch it.
It was twice a day in Britain. Yeah.
Oh, we are laughing in Australia about that Neighbours phenomenon.
If these people walked past you in the street, you would hardly even know. If it was over there, this traffic would shut down.
Yeah.
It would be like a national holiday.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's the female side I was going to. Now the male.
Oh, that's the female side.
I'm talking about all the feminists. All right. Going back on track. Now, regarding the men's side, they're having the MGTOW movement. Okay, and the ones like influencers like Andrew Tate. Telling men to
run for the hills,
use them and leave them, kind of thing. Don't even think about a relationship with them. They're not worth the hassle. They will take you to the cleaners, basically seeing them as all she-devils, kind of thing.
That's what the narrative is now.
The narrative is on the other side.
Women they look like butter wouldn't melt in their mouth. They look sweet and cute and beautiful and lovely and all that, but underneath. And just a little bit under the surface lies an ugly bitch that's seething, trying to get to you, and how to scheme against you, and how to manipulate you, and how to take everything from you, all the while seeming sweet and innocent. And then for the most part, is largely the narrative for most young men. What we mentioned before. You remember at the beginning of the show, we mentioned there was a singles night.
Yeah.
Now, I remember growing up,
Yeah.
I think you might need to get a silent mouse. When I was growing up, the singles nights, men would flock to them. Women got in for free because there was more men than women. Men pay double, women get in for free. All that stuff like that. And it would be packed. It would be packed.
Now, why was it packed?
And now...
But no, firstly, why was it packed then? Why was men still so much interested in getting a woman back then?
Well, no dating agencies, you see.
Yeah, there were limited ways to meet women.
There was no wham bam, thank you ma'am type of hookup.
Because the women were more
self-preserved,
more cautious.
More cautious, self-preserved. I remember watching this thing in the 60s of London when the mini skirt first came out and all these women were out. There's no way in the world I would ever wear something like that.
That's what hussies.
What a hussy and all of this stuff like that and so on. And then now they're walking around with dental floss. It's like everything is for show. And anything that can exemplify the human body that will get someone to look. If you think about it, why are they all dressing up like that and wearing them shoes that you can't walk in and all that? You know why? Yeah. Because they want people to look.
Yeah, of course.
They want, well, not people to look. They want the right people to look. The other people to look, how dare you? Don't dare you look at me. What are you, a pervert?
If you're good looking, that's fine.
If you're good looking,
that's great.
Then
you're welcome.
Come here,
look at me.
Look at me even more.
Yeah. But if you're balding with a pot belly, then don't even think it.
Or if you're broke.
Especially if you're broke.
Yeah, especially if you're broke.
Then don't think it.
Yeah.
You could.
What do you do for a living? Oh, work at a fast food restaurant. See ya.
I'm unemployed at the moment. Nah, forget it.
Bye.
I'm a CEO of a top listed company.
What's that wet on my neck? Oh, would you stop licking me? Why is my neck all wet?
Look, and that's why all this social media or advice is very damaging to both sides.
Well, potentially, yeah.
Yeah, but now, like I was saying, your thing with singles night before, it was all loaded with men. So
it was packed with men.
But now it's just packed with women.
Yeah.
And men are gone run away.
Well, a lot of times women would be scared to turn up because they're like the only one.
Yeah, but now I guess women are desperate. Also,
now it's turned around. There's hardly any men there.
Yeah, because it's too.
Now it's packed with women.
Yeah, if they want to get sex, it's easy for them.
It's easy.
It's easy. No need to. But why buy the cow when you get the milk for free?
Yeah.
The old adage.
Yeah.
And I guess women, all this dating culture, and with that feminist narrative, they've all been soaking up, have made them unattractive. As a partner, at least someone that they want to have a serious relationship with. When this is the case, look, after it's something for fun. When they're dating for fun, very easy for them.
Yeah, that's plenty easy.
Yeah, but to take them seriously, to have a long-term relationship, even marry, that is something men are finding they're not worth it.
Well, there's been a hotline going around to men. All men have seemed to have got the message now. And so it's like, be very careful because there is a lot of consequences. And it might seem great now, it might seem beautiful now, but behind it, when it starts to get ugly, that's when you've got to have some level of contemplation. Like, what can happen here? Yeah. It's great when everything is good, really bad when it's not. And as we know, 50% of marriages end up in...
Yep, divorce.
So,
but
and the lawyers get wealthy.
Yeah, so this is why we're here.
This is why we're here.
We're fighting the good fight against that.
We're fighting. Well, family values is centerpin to human existence, really, isn't it?
It's the foundation of society.
It's the foundation. It is
civilization.
There's no doubt about it. It's the foundation, and what we've got to be careful of if they delineate us away from it. They distract us away from being family orientated, whereas we're a collective. We belong to the state,
Yep.
type of thing. No, your children don't really belong to you. They
belong to communities, they call it communities, entire communities,
Yeah.
which is basically AKA the state.
Yeah, that might be all right after the 1920, but until then, it's not happening, type of thing. But
So, here we are, because people are consuming dating content every day and still getting worse at relationships. So that's why we're here. We see what we can do to remedy this situation. And now, why dating advice online is making people worse at love. Well,
worse at love.
we've got an explosion of online dating advice, yeah? I mean, we've got all these TikTok dating coaches, yeah? And using red pill, soft light, or high value language. I mean, a lot of red pill that's happening. Like the biggest one is like Andrew Tate, yeah? Yeah, love it. And watching that. He's not around anymore doing his show, but Tom Likas.
Tom Likas.
You were saying?
Mr. Micto himself.
Mr. Micto himself.
Largest listened to talk show in America. That's huge.
Yes, and very popular
That's
with
huge.
men. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
all
mean,
the women that used to ring up and they used to
to
go off and
abuse
abuse him.
him.
My fiance, he was going to marry me until he listened to your show. Now he's run away for the hills. He doesn't want to marry me anymore. And it's all your fault.
No.
And he says, no, it's not my fault. It's your fault. Why is it my fault? Because you're an ugly bitch.
He really said that?
Yeah.
Even without seeing her.
How old are you? Oh, I'm 32. Well, that means you're over the hill, love. That's it. You're gone. You're old. You're old meat, or something like that. You would give it to them,
Yeah.
and you know what? He would bring them around like that. He would bring them, even the ones that rang him up. They hate him.
Yeah,
He
the
ended up
women-
asking them on a date, some of them, and they all sort of come around.
Oh, the women, yeah.
He was
yeah.
really wealthy. He used to tell them all. He says, "I don't need to be good looking."
Yeah, because
He
I'm
says,
wealthy.
"I'm really, really rich.
Yeah.
I'm stinkingly rich. I'm so wealthy. I can have things. I don't need to be good looking. In fact, I'm super ugly, but I get drop dead glamour, gorgeous models
Okay.
because I got the money."
Money. And he is right, though. Just because you do have money doesn't mean you make a good husband. And that's the
No,
thing.
and it
But,
doesn't mean to say that you'll be loved.
Yeah.
You know, you're not. Nobody's there really
To love you.
They don't love you because
freeload and to get a good ride in life.
absolutely. So they're not there because they're swept away by your wisdom, by your ethics, by your morals,
Or
by
that's
your
a really
intelligence.
you're a nice person, you know.
You've got a level of intelligence. You're so
Integrity.
capable. You did something that's
and you look after your the ones you love, not necessarily so either, you know. Yeah.
Well, I think women are usually looking for something a bit more than in a person. They're looking for a man that can take on the world or whatever.
You know, at the end of it, look, women look for security. Even
do.
if they don't admit it, they would
Even if
not
they don't
admit,
admit it. They're nesters.
They're nesters, you know, to provide and so forth. But and men, I don't know what they're looking for.
Adventure.
Just beauty and adventure.
Men are visual. They look.
So what would they really think? Charlie Kirk actually put this. I remember a clip of him.
Dear
put
Charlie
into-
Kirk.
yeah,
If he was
dear
only
Charlie.
around now these days, he might have bring some level of good wisdom.
Good wisdom. We really miss him. He's deeply missed. And a man was asked, one of the left-leaning men, saying, "Oh, you know, but look, are men happier really? What makes men happy?" Yeah, and he said, "Well, you know, we can do what we want." And I said, "No, what makes men happy is having a purpose in life, having a role, and people to protect. Really, that's the purpose. That's what makes men happy." Is he true? Is he correct?
Well, I could say it wouldn't make men happy, but it certainly could help. Yep.
What makes men happy? They're not happy really until they actually have a purpose in life. Like there's no focus. Everything, I think what he's trying to say is everything else is empty.
Yeah.
Whenever, to do what you want and whatever. How
when
many, hang gliding or canoeing or all those adventures, after a while,
it becomes, monotonous.
It's empty.
Yeah.
There's no substance.
But when you've got a mission and you've got a drive, you really need to finish that, It's like when you're super focused, and if there's a group of men super focused on one objective, it's really quite a force.
Yeah, like trying to cure cancer or something like that.
I recall once many years ago, was like I was in the construction industry. I used to own a company, and we had this contract with State Rail.
Yeah.
And we had this big contract underneath a railway bridge. And we started on Friday evening. They stopped all the trains, but they said to us, doesn't matter what's happening. At 4 a.m. on a Monday morning, the train is coming through here. You've got to be stripped out. Everything's got to be gone and finished by then. Well, you know what? We started on the Friday night.
Yeah.
We went right through the night, right through the Saturday, right through the Sunday. And we come to the last few hours.
4 a.m.
And we weren't even nearly ready yet. It was like midnight. We had like 3-4 hours to go. And we were like massive amounts of all this stuff. The trains were never going to get through. And we, about 30 odd men, just went for it. Absolutely went for it, like non-stop. Like in midnight, there was a midnight Sunday night. And there was like, they were all working as one unison, one unity. And it was amazing. And we made it by like 5 minutes if we were lucky, just by the very last, just in the nick of time, and even just a bit less perhaps. And so we made it, but it was just amazing to see how all them men all come together with one purpose, one unity. And it's pretty amazing when men are focused on a subject matter, like when you're focused about something, when something has to be done, and it has to be done come hell or high water, we've got to do it, then men can turn on a big force. And
so but you see, that's just not fun, that's just not adventure or fun.
Well, it's a purpose.
It's a purpose. It's a focus. It's a purpose.
And we had a deadline. We had to make it. There was no way through. And the camaraderie.
Was there?
It was evident.
A focus.
It was evident.
Yeah, there was
so much
purpose.
so that you would never forget that moment. You'd never forget that moment.
It's a purpose.
Yeah.
I think that's what Charlie was trying to say. Men have to have a purpose in life.
Yeah.
And to him, the purpose was raising a family. There's nothing more of a responsibility for a man than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, you're bringing up the next generation. You're head of your household. You're responsible for others. Yeah. And that is a responsibility, I guess, not every man can do.
No.
We have to admit that not every man is cut out to be a family leader of his family.
Not every man, but you see so many men, like even over, like not so much in these countries, Western countries, but overseas, they're going out doing dangerous shit-ass jobs, man, working machines that your arm could come off within a second.
To provide.
Super hot,
to provide
and this
for
and
others.
that, and one mistake in a day, and that's a finger gone type of thing, you know? Consequences of like things, and yet they get up every day and they do it every day to provide for a family.
For family.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. That's a hero, even though he might be working in some dead-end crap job.
Yeah.
But the fact that he gets up every day and works and comes back again, that's a hero. Right there.
That is.
That's a hero act.
The men deserve to be admired for their guts to do that.
Yeah.
Even though they might be bring home peanuts, so to speak.
Yeah.
But that is what could gather, deserves respect.
Yeah. And I'm not so sure about them, other countries, but a lot in the West now, the women seem to have an entitlement. It's like women used to have it hard.
Used to have it very hard.
They used to have it hard. Now, before, if you say you're going to make a pie or a cake or something, before you had to go into the backyard and get a couple of eggs out from the chooks.
Yeah.
And you had to get some flour out.
Yeah.
And you had to get the butter. And you had to make your own butter to get the butter. You have to get milk and make it go and to make it into butter. Now you just go down the shop, buy this, buy that, packet of this, packet of that, throw it in this things, and then go down and sit down and have a Chardonnay for lunch.
Yeah.
And there's dinner. I've got it. It's all, You know, let
Someone
me read
else have all made it who made it.
let me read the instructions. Oh yeah, put it at this temperature for this amount of time.
And
Bing,
and that's it.
Or press a button, microwave, and then that's the level of it. Whereas before they used to do things from scratch. They used to wash clothes from scratch
By hand.
They used to wash everything. It was nappies, the whole lot, and then run a whole household, children food, dinners. Wash the clothes, go and whatever. Women had it tough. They used to have it real tough. And then now it doesn't seem to be this case now. If you notice, washing machines, dishwashers, supermarket foods, microwaves, ping. Instant, convenient. Everything is
really
easy and so on. So it gives you time to put your makeup on, you know, and, you know. But in the old days, it never wasn't like that. It was a woman rolled up the sleeves and got to work, and she did hard. But now it seems like it's so easy, isn't it, really? Yeah. And then most of the women don't even want to do that, really.
No, they don't even want to do that.
There's a level, it seems to be a level of entitlement.
Yeah, it is big. And because, look, women, her instinct, look, men's instinct is to have a purpose. Women's instinct is to nurture. To mother. That's why little girls play with dolls. You know, the mothering scene. However, not many of them actually are marriage material anymore because of this entitlement. Yeah. While they want to do that role because of an instinct, a biological instinct too, because of this entitlement, the mind now is no longer geared for that. Yeah. You know, it's geared for what other people, can I get, what other people can do for me. Yeah. I deserve this.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That is the number one principle of what's going wrong with the world. What's going wrong with marriages and relationships? It's the me entitlement, you know. And so that's a big word. That's a big concern. And if you look at, you know, most of society, it's geared towards the me, isn't it? If you listen to a song, it's I can't live anymore. Me, I feel like, oh, I can't. Oh, I. It's all me. It's all based on the me, you see. And it's very rare that we ever have much of a consideration for other people. Yeah. And that's what we should be doing. We should be considering other people. What's their position in this? How are they feeling about this? And whereas we're just too closed in a loop about the self.
Yeah, and because you know what? Because look, the online dating advice is using trauma language, using you know, all the viral never settle message. You know, you deserve the best. This is what the all these feminists are saying. You deserve 100%. You know. And that's why women now, if they're not meeting 100% of their criteria that they've set out in terms of the men, they reject.
So what are they really after? It seems to me like most women, men, I don't know if it's right category or not, but it's like they want to be, it's like a worship mentality. They want to be worshipped.
Yeah. Over what?
Over what? You're the greatest. You're so good. You're so amazing. You're so intelligent.
You're so beautiful.
You're so beautiful.
But
in reality, once you wash off the camouflage, or wash off the fillers, for the most part, they're nothing really.
Well, it's saying, what different are you? How different are you from all the other women?
Yeah. What makes you unique?
What makes you better? What makes you? Why should I choose you?
Because there's that show where you get a couple of guys and they're really conservative or whatever, and then they talk to all these like OnlyFans girls.
Oh,
and there's like
they're
all like 20 or so, and there was one they were covered in tattoos. Man, it's like, oh god, I don't know who told them that is good looking. Man, it's like who told a woman that getting tattoos is good looking? First and foremost, it might be all right if you're a street hoe. Yeah. It might be all right when you're hanging around with the homies. Yeah. But what happens when you want a career and you become 40? Yeah. And if you're single, you know how many guys is going to want a tattoo woman at 40? Yeah. You know who? Bikies.
Bikies.
You'll get a bikie. You'll get a bikie, maybe, or somebody like that. Yeah. But that's your lot in life, love. That's it.
But that type of man is not going to be responsible.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But so much of it is they've been damaged by socially. Because so much of the advice is harmful that we do. Because look, why is it harmful? Because one, it rewards outrage. Okay, it flattens nuances. Like I say,
Rewards outrage.
It does reward outrage. I mean, like,
Because it seems like a lot of people are getting outraged these days, isn't it? A lot more. People are just bursting at the seams. Like they're almost. It seems like to me that many people walking around today in society are like a soda bottle, shaken up.
Yeah, so much so
with so much pressure inside, ready someone just to take the lid off.
Yeah, just so like people won't actually listen. Like I might say, you've got to work with him. I go work with him because you're both a team. But it doesn't go in. What they're hearing instead. What they're hearing instead is, oh, you've got to work for him. You see? So my advice is you've got to work with him.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you're a team. But what they're hearing is you've got to work for him.
And the word "the" and "for."
Yeah.
It's only one word.
With him.
4 letters or just a few letters in a word.
Yeah.
And yet the contrast of meaning
is a lot.
and the distortion of meaning can be catastrophic in a relationship. Just the same sentence, just put in a different way.
No, just swapping with for.
Yeah.
Yeah, with for.
Yeah. So,
work with him, work for him.
Yeah. So we've got to be careful what we say.
Yeah, no. Even when we're saying it, they're not listening to that.
No, they're
because
hearing
in
the
their
for.
mind is already.
They're hearing the for. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're picking up on what they want to hear.
What they want to hear, and because what someone else alternate is so different that they haven't encountered that before.
Yeah.
They don't listen to that. They keep listening to what they keep hearing.
Yeah.
That's what they take in. Not just women, men as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
There's been people at a crime scene that said, "Oh, give me the description of the the perpetrator."
Yeah.
And they're describing somebody they saw in a movie the night before.
Yeah. Really?
Well, it's like it's not the actual right person. It's like who they had imagined that person to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like people, oh, what do you want in a partner? Someone tall, dark and handsome. Tall, dark and handsome.
Yeah.
Because I keep
one
hearing
said the other day, look, they've got to have a minimum amount of money every year.
Yeah.
And it was $5 million a year they have to earn. And the woman, and he says, well, what would you give yourself out of 10? And she says, oh, I'm a 9.5. Well, 9.5 stands between outstanding and absolute perfection. And you've got nose rings and lip rings, and you've got tattoos all over your neck.
Doesn't mean I didn't. Just because I've got that doesn't mean I can't.
You're not a 9.5.
Be a 9.5.
You're not a 9.5. Maybe in
response?
shoe size, perhaps. Maybe in IQ.
What was her response?
I'm definitely a 9.5. There's just no other. There's just can't you see? It's obvious, type of thing. And they're saying, well, love, not from over this side of the fence. You look like an ugly bitch. But anyhow, it's people have got perhaps a lot of not the correct relayed information about who they are.
Yeah.
And what they present, what they appear to be.
You know what?
In relation to others.
Yeah.
We don't really know how we look ourselves, do we?
No, also...
People say good-looking people don't even know they're good-looking.
Yeah, it's also honesty. People are not honest with themselves.
Yeah.
They might consciously know, but they've been hyped up by, say, the women, say, for example, hyped up by feminists and saying, you're
and
great,
what else? If she was sitting in her bedroom by herself, she'd be saying, I'm only a 2.
Yeah, she should be honest.
I'm a 2.
But that lies to the world.
But when they go into the world, they put on that
mask.
Yeah, that mask.
Yeah, but all this rhetoric and on advice. Look, it's encouraging suspicion between men and women. It does between your anti-Tates and the feminists.
Yep. Well, they get these people saying, "Oh, how long have you been together? Oh, 3 years, 4 years, or that. Oh, what's your aspirations as a couple? Yeah, we're getting married. We're engaged now. There's the ring and all that stuff. Would you like to see if your partner's on Tinder or a dating profile? Oh, no. Yeah, I'd like to see that," says the guy who's not on anyone. The woman, not so much. Oh, no, 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 no. We've got to go now. We're late. And then they find out she's
on Tinder. She's still looking for a better prospect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are engaged, and then they just end it right there. You're still on you're still on Tinder. It means
you're not committed.
Yeah, and also you're just
You're not
looking
serious.
for me for a time to fill a stopgap.
Yeah.
As soon as
I'm
you
just a
find
filler.
somebody else, you're a bit like a chimpanzee. They don't let go of one branch till they're holding on to the next.
Oh, really? He's the fallback guy.
Fallback guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't find
and
anyone better.
if the guy's too malleable, some guys will accept that position.
Yeah.
I'll just be the fall guy. If I'll get when she breaks up with them,
Because
she'll come back to me for a few weeks before
low self-esteem.
low self-esteem.
Esteem and self-worth.
Piss off, you bitch! Don't come back.
Low self-confidence.
Yeah.
And I guess the lack of belief in yourself.
And you know what? They catch them on dates with other guys. They're married. They've got kids. They've got kids, man.
The women or the men?
The men. This is,
Yeah.
well, I'm sure it goes both ways. I'm sure of it. Men muck around too. Don't worry about that. But in this instance, is that we're talking about, the men would take the kids there
To the date to see their mum on
and
the date
see the
with
mum on
another.
the date with another man. And what are you doing here? And the women become so angry, fiercely angry. That you're like, how dare you check up on me? How dare
you do it in the first
and
place?
it was like, wow, see the level of entitlement. How dare you check up on me? And
Yeah.
it was like, hang on a minute, don't we have an agreement here? And so, not easy.
Not easy. So
Not easy
there are,
at all.
there are not, not everyone. Look,
You plan a life with someone, and you go down a long road, and you've got a thing going together.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, she's off with some bloke that looks like a bricklayer, or it's like there's nothing. Like, why? What for? And it's like, why are you so unfulfilled? And what is it? What is that unfulfillment that you need to go and find another one?
Yeah.
And even though the other ones know anything better than the one that you had. And a lot of the times it's a lack of communication, really, isn't it? It's a lack of, like, this is how I'm feeling. This is what's going on for me.
I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
Probably,
But
yeah.
you notice a lot of women in a marriage, they come out with that. Oh, I'm unhappy, and I deserve to be happy, and I want my happiness, and I'm ending this marriage or whatever. And then 5 months later,
I wanna
when they
remarry.
find out, when they go out into the dating game and think, oh, I'm single now, woohoo, I can get all these men, and nobody wants to even know you. You don't even get looked at again, ever. Ever. And if you do, it's by some slimy sort of, like type of person that's very unsavory.
Yeah.
And
That's actually not serious. They're for fun with you,
Yeah.
not to be serious with you.
and then the sudden reality hits. Oh, this is my lot forever now. I had a man, I had a relationship, I had a family.
I didn't know I had it good. That's the thing. I didn't know I had it so good.
Yeah.
Now I want it back.
Now you want it back, but he's
Got it.
moved on already.
Yeah, but he's moved on. I said, no. You've even seen a lot of clips in China.
advisable?
In China.
Is it advisable to take them back or not?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. Not necessarily. Look, I can't say absolutely in every case. It
Of
depends on
course.
the
No, that
situation.
depends on the situation.
Some because they were unduly influenced by the so-called best friends, so forth. You can do better. You can do better. Egging her on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also
But-
alcohol and stuff like that can get in the way.
Yeah.
But that's only a one night off, isn't it?
It's a one night off, like I said. But what I was trying to say is, I was seeing these clips in China of the women that think they can do better. We kept arguing, and so she wants a divorce, thinking she'll have a better life without him. Get divorced. A few months later, she's begging to remarry. As one woman, she had a sign out in front of his workplace. She was kneeling on the ground and basically, bowing and begging for him, kneeling and begging for him to come back to her, to remarry her.
Well,
Another one was the guy that actually married his boss's daughter. The whole year lasted a year. The whole time, she wouldn't sleep with him. The whole marriage. and has slept in a separate room, and where he was, getting her favorite foods, peeling the favorite fruits for her, and so forth. She didn't have to do anything, but she was yelling and disparaging him, and he was even too afraid to eat his food as well. Because one time he took a second bowl and she yelled at him, are you a pig or something? Look how much you're eating. So he wouldn't dare eat a second bowl, even though he was so hungry, until he couldn't stand it anymore. And then he left. And then a few months later, she wanted to remarry him. His mother, of course, is dead set against it. I said, okay, come back, marry, and then I'll give you a child now. And ended up the whole thing. Yeah, they went on some show to talk about. I think it's like one of those Donahue shows or Oprah Winfrey shows. Those things.
Oprah Winfrey of China.
Yeah. And they were talking about it. She said, "Look, I wanted to humiliate him, and why wouldn't you sleep with him, a husband?" Well, yeah. She admitted that she was still in love with her former boyfriend, which her parents didn't want her to marry because he didn't have any prospects, whereas this guy was a hard worker, more of a husband material. And she felt like she had to still be faithful to her ex-boyfriend. That's why she wouldn't sleep with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
But she still married him.
Yeah, but now she's begging for him to come back because she realizes her life with him was actually great. He took care of everything.
Yeah.
But he finally left because he couldn't take it anymore.
Couldn't take it.
You can't. How can you? Yeah, so I don't know if they got back together, but his mother definitely no. Of course, seeing her son be treated like that, your child, how would you feel?
Not easy.
As a parent.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, go back to online advice.
What's the agenda again?
Yeah, it promotes unrealistic standards, encouraging
unrealistic standards.
encouraging women to say, oh, yeah, I deserve the best, even though they might only be a 2 out of 10, but they deserve a 10 out of 10 partner.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most beautiful of them all? Not you, you ugly bitch.
Look, and it often,
says the mirror in retort.
Yeah, it often teaches people how to win, not how to build. How to win arguments with your partner. How to compete with competition with your partner.
I know how to win arguments with your partner.
What? How?
You scream really loud.
Loudly, yeah.
And you have the loudest voice.
Yeah.
And you become really aggressive.
Yeah.
And you don't make any sense whatsoever.
You drown the other person out, yeah?
That doesn't get very far at all.
Yeah, well, anyway, it basically encourages antagonism between you and your partner rather
That's what
than
you don't
cooperation.
want. Yeah.
Right, it doesn't encourage cooperation, does it? You notice, or any other advice, anyone you tune into, does it encourage cooperation and working together with your partner?
You can't really win an argument, can you?
You can't. And why would you want to keep arguing with your partner? Aren't you supposed to work together?
Else? You can't argue into loving.
No, you can't.
Can you? You can't argue your way into love.
You can't. And look, all this online advice also makes people perform instead of connect. People learn lines instead of character. They sprout what the narrative and what they've been, what these influences has been spurting into them, into their ear. Yeah, you deserve the best. You deserve the best, rather than really assessing themselves. Yeah. So they learn the lines. They keep repeating the lines. Yeah, I want a tall, dark, and handsome man, or for the men, a strong, independent woman. But really, not really think about the character. Or
I want someone with a sense of humour.
Yeah, then you want a comedian, don't you?
But there's no many comedians are not the most desirable in the whole world.
Yeah, but going on that, they're the most. So it means nothing. And look, and they're actually...
But mind you, a lot of comedians just say the same joke over and over again. That can be monotonous.
And look, they act strategically instead of honestly. Strategy, how to win that person, rather than he loves me for myself. Being honest about you. And and the first thing that comes out of my mind comes to me, the prime example is partners are billionaires.
Partners are billionaires.
Like I say, the very wealthy and the partners, they usually don't do well in relationships, because the people around them basically, or the women that date them, date with a purpose to get a marriage. And they present the mask. to
Yeah.
able to hook rather than being honest. True?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not there as like a. Yeah,
Not there for a genuine
they're
relationship.
there for a purpose.
Yeah.
To hook, line and
Hook,
sinker.
Line and sinker.
They're going fishing,
Yeah.
and the billionaires is the prime target. What they need is some form of bait to build a hook, to reel the billionaire in. They need a really good bait. What do they use?
Well, it's got to be
Because-
beauty.
well,
It's beauty.
But the trouble
or-
is with billionaires is that they see so much beauty.
Yeah.
They see it all the time, like quite often. And it's around a lot. And then when you see things all the time, it no longer has that same appeal to you, does it?
But then you can't get with an average-looking person at all, because even an average person is ugly. Then because you're so used to that standard
Yeah, true.
of beauty,
Yeah.
but then it comes to who's smart enough in amongst those beauties around him.
Yeah,
You know, they can work out what he was actually after.
yeah.
But what would
I saw Jeff Bezos, his wife, and she was talking to
Sanchez.
she was talking to a comedian. No, not a comedian. We've got comedians. A celebrity.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, like which one, but like one of the handsome guys, like a Hollywood celebrity, whatever. And she was drooling. She was like this, and she completely ignored him. He was on her and things, and she looked at him like this, and went straight to the celebrity. She was, and then she was walking with him like it was so obvious.
Yeah.
And Jeff Bezos was like secondary, you see. But I'll bet at the first, before marriage, there's no way she would have done that.
No.
No way in the world.
Now she can more relax. So to
Now,
speak.
now she's got the contract done. She's signed the deal. She couldn't care less what he thinks now. She's got the deal. She's got the contract in writing, signed at the bottom. If he throws her out, she's rich for the rest of
Yeah.
her life. She couldn't care less.
So she can't care less than.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're not acting honestly.
But beforehand, when she was dating Jeff Bezos,
She did not put a foot wrong.
absolutely no way in the world she would think butter would melt in her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So look, so they're approaching dating like a contest, really.
yeah.
And they
That's why a lot of billionaires don't want to do it.
do it, yeah, because I do feel for them because they can't tell who's real and who's not.
Yeah.
Amongst them. 'Cause
Everybody's all yes men.
Yeah. Yes, man.
And all the people they employ, they don't actually bring anything. Say, look, I don't think that's a good idea.
They
We
don't-
shouldn't do that.
Yeah, they don't
They'll
wanna
go, oh,
contradict
that's
it."
great. You're so smart. You're so brilliant. You know who comes to mind? James Packer.
Yeah.
You know, he did a thing in Macau with
Macau with the
casinos and all that.
casinos, yeah.
He must have had about 30 or 40 advisors. What would they be on a year? At least $1 million each.
million a year,
At least $1 million a year. Did anyone advise him that it's not a good idea to sell your media empire and buy a casino in communist China? You know, it's like did that come up in the conversation? You know, because it's all yes men, you see.
Yeah.
So billionaires are surrounded by yes.
People everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's difficult for them
Very difficult for them.
to know who's real and who's not real.
Yeah, and people are too scared to
scared.
say the truth.
I
That will
know.
upset them.
Yeah,
and
because then
maybe
then
get
they
them
might
fired.
they might not get a bonus or
Or bonus or whatever, or be included in their inner circle.
included in their inner circle.
circle.
Yeah, that's probably the
Yeah.
most thing that people are after, because
Yeah.
the circle of network, the network of influence.
That is a top prize.
Yeah,
The network,
Indeed.
it's the influence.
absolutely.
Yeah, and look, people consume rules instead of developing wisdom on their own. You know? Yeah, the rules of the game rather than really working it out for themselves. you know.
Yeah.
And look, I'm going to ask our listeners, has online dating advice helped you or confused you? And what's the worst dating advice you've ever heard online?
What's the worst advice you've heard on the Miss Dragonfly Relationship Whisperer show? Crickets. Because it's all good.
It's all good. I know that the left would not like what I say. They would be honest, except the left. Because I'm the antithesis of everything that the left sprouts, or leftist philosophy. And I sprout it because the leftist philosophy doesn't work. That's why here we are, and that's why society is the way it is. And now, dating advice that you get online. I think that you really have to split it into men's content versus women's content. Because really, men's relationship advice or dating advice has been dominated by MGTOW, isn't it, at the moment? Because men are told to to become cold, become dominant and untouchable. That's more like the Andrew Tate type of advice. Yeah, which is tactics. And women are told to level up, become a strong, independent woman. Never chase and demand more because you deserve the best. Right? Yeah. So, unfortunately, dating advice available to both men and women are aimed towards pushing them apart rather than together. Is to tell them to focus on themselves.
Yeah. It's not about, there's nothing about nurturing
or what would make a relationship great. Nothing about what would make a relationship
maybe
great.
should look at developing a skill set.
Or maybe how to improve yourself. No, it doesn't say you're the best as you are. The only way you improve yourself is for the women is go and get a career. Man, that is the most important thing in your life.
Yeah,
that would bring you happiness is working as a slave for someone else.
Go and get some cooking skills.
No, can you imagine? A woman cooking? What are you even thinking in terms of improving yourself? No. Make sure you can get onto the board of directors. If you must have a child, then send it off to childcare centres to be raised by someone else so you can continue on your career. Yeah. Forget about bonding with your child because your career is most important. Because a career that at the end of your working life, they don't give a damn about you.
They don't care less about you.
But you, and if something happens to you and either get ill or something, and you slip up on the performing.
2 weeks notice.
2 weeks notice.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's it.
You could have been there for 20 years, couldn't care less.
Yeah, but people that do not care about you, they want you to see those people as the most important, to appease those people. Yeah. Rather than developing relationships with someone that would really care about you.
Yeah.
And regarding the men's side, is tell them to go at it alone.
Yeah.
Because that's the best thing. That's freedom.
Yeah.
That's what would make you happy is to be alone.
Be free, be alone. Keep all your stuff. Go where you want. Do what you want. Talk to who you want. But if you know, like some men, that works really well. Some men have got it together.
Men that are loners, they are absolute loners.
They're loners. They've got it figured out. They've got a mission. They've got a purpose. They're one track focused. They're one pointed.
Okay, you can say
but that's not very many.
You can say people like Nikola Tesla. Yeah, he's never married, and it's right because his focus is on developing his thing. He's not suited for marriage or a relationship at all.
Couldn't care less.
And he would not function in one.
No, he wouldn't because you'd be too busy working 18 hours, 20 hours a day trying to develop
that system.
And
and experiments. So that I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
He should not marry at all.
And someone like a Nikola Tesla, if he did get married, he could probably do some of his work. But if he married the wrong person, he's got virtually no hope. No hope. And in many instances, if you get the marriage partner wrong, you can come into life as a young man full of zeal, zing, zest, and zoom, ready to take on life with new inspirations, and you're ready to tear into life and bring, do something great for this world or whatever. And if you get into the wrong relationship, they say, well, I got a man who had all these world-leading aspirations. I had to put that to an end rather quickly, didn't I? That wasn't happening on my watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's what
if you want your dreams and your hopes and aspirations as a young person coming into the world, and if you want them to go awry, you just get the wrong partner.
Yeah.
And you'll probably find that you'll wake up one day in your 50s and 60s and go, where did all that time go? And I never achieved anything and didn't do anything I set out to do.
Yeah.
And that's what we've got to be careful of. We're in very great jeopardy. We could end up being mediocre.
Yeah.
We could end up being mediocre, and that's what we don't want to be.
And
we don't want to be mediocre.
And this is the thing with men thinking, oh, I go, family I don't want a family. It will stop me from achieving anything. They're so focused, being so defensive, they ended up at the end of their life, they haven't achieved, not only they haven't achieved anything, there's no one around.
Yeah, no, and that's
no
what
purpose.
the trouble is that you can get really lonely. And if you're and men that are going their own way, they're going their own way and they're finding it. Well, what are they doing? They're going over holidays, they're meeting a young girl, they're meeting another one, they meet another one.
Have drinks with the blokes and all that.
Same.
And it's the same thing.
So they're all the same after a while, and it's the thing. And then the ones that are with you, they're only there not for you. They're there for the money.
Yeah, no one gives a damn about you. And
no one gives a damn about you.
And this is but for men that are really thinking that.
And you might come home to a castle, you might come home to a thing, and then find out that nobody really cares about you. I remember I was in Washington, D.C. I was actually at the Trump Doral Plaza. I was staying there for a big major event, an American political event. And I met this a guy who said he was worth several $100 million. But he was really loud and boisterous. And I had to apologize to a few of the tables down the road because he kept swearing a lot and all that. But he was a really lovely guy. And he was big American guy. We got on really well. I sat down with him. He says, after the event, he says, would you like to have a drink and sit out in the balcony? And it was the biggest flag in America and all that. And it was overlooking the golf course. So we sat down there and we're on the balcony. He was swearing a bit. And then he relayed to me, I've got several $100 million. I've got this boat. I've got this. I've got that. I've got this. I've got a company. Everybody's all around me. And then he said to me, I'm so lonely. And he was crying. 1 minute it was this big man that was swearing a lot. And then the next minute he was really... And I think about this so much.
How old was he?
He was probably about 60 or something, but I think about it a lot. You know why? What he asked me? He asked me something. And he said, oh, God. He said, would you be my friend? I've got no friends.
That is so sad.
And I went, oh my God.
That's so sad.
I said, the only problem with me, mate, is I live in Australia.
Yeah.
And it's like,
where was he again?
This was actually in Miami.
Yeah.
Well, the outskirts of Miami. It's called the Trump Doral.
Yeah.
It's a big golf resort, hotel resort, and I was at an event there. And this guy was worth hundreds of millions. And there's another, well, I won't mention that, but the guy said, it was just, he put out for help that he's so lonely and he's got no friends. And he says, you know what I noticed? Nobody wants to know me, truly, as a friend. Nobody wants to know me.
They want to see money from him and what he can do for them, I guess.
Yeah.
And he sees through that. By this time, he should be able to see through that now.
Would you be my friend?
Yeah.
And I thought about it because, see, I don't get lonely. I'm not into that. I think there's so much to do. There's so many great things and study and learn and
but
so
look,
much.
to him, he's done it all, and now is a stage where, what else do you want?
Just because I don't feel it so much doesn't mean to say that other people are not.
Of course.
And I reckon it could be so degrading, so horrible, really. We can be around thousands of people walking down a street and yet feel totally alone, like we're on a deserted island.
Yeah.
There's lots of humans around us, but where's the humanity?
Yeah. There's no connection.
Well, I can't say there's no connection.
Well, with all those people around you, obviously, you don't have connection with them.
Well, one thing we've noticed about mobile phones and the advent of technology, social media platforms, etc., is that we can become quite close with people who are really, really far away on the other side of that screen. And yet we could be quite distant from the people who are right next to us and close to us. You see, so that's, you can see how society's changed in there. But I think about that man often. He appealed for me to be, if I would be his friend.
You still have his contact details?
And I said no.
It could be
Basically, I said no.
Oh, no, you should have said yes.
I did at the time, but I did say to him, look, he said, I'm probably the wrong person to ask because...
Just the distance. That's the distance.
Well, that's it. And also, I'm here today, gone tomorrow with most people, sort of thing. It's like, I've got so much going on and stuff. And here and there and
He
different
sounds
things.
like a lovely man, you know.
Well, he swore like a trooper.
Yeah.
And I had to apologize, but he actually was a really good person. And you know what? He's such American patriotic. He's a patriot. He was crying underneath that flag. And did you hear that talk today about that person who, you know, and all that stuff, what was going on at the event?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I do think about that because that man was worth hundreds of millions. You know, and he was staying at this luxurious resort, and it was an expensive event. So he definitely would have had the money, I would say, but yet lonely. So money can't buy your love.
It cannot buy your love.
Can't buy your love.
And this is one thing about men. I say, even though, he might like that man, had everything, but at the end of your life, you're lonely. No one gives a damn about you. And this is a big thing. And then they worry, especially when they start, at that age, they start getting health issues. Then you realize, yes, you can afford the best medical care, but it's different having someone actually genuinely care for you and things like that.
Or somebody actually making your food that genuinely loves you.
Loves you, yes. Yeah, I'm sure he can afford...
Not loves the money that you're going to give him.
A countless amount of housekeepers and chefs and cooks, but it's not the same.
And they'll all be polite. Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
What would you like today?
But would they call you by your first name?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, if you are, yes, they call me by... They'll say it out of your... because of answering to your request.
We're all sirs. It's all sir, sir, sir. But when it's like...
But that type of relationship, because it's employee-employee relationship, you don't want to be too close as well.
Yeah,
it's
indeed.
different.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's look, a lot of men that get to a certain age, even one that's sworn to bachelorhood, then realize, I'm starting to get ill. I think I'm going to need someone to take care of me.
Well, that's a wrong way of going about it. You're
then,
looking for, again, from the position of self.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble. I'll need to fix this. I'll need to find someone that will be around me so that they can take care of me.
Yeah, and I'll tell you a prime example.
And did they ever think about, well, I'll have to take care of them?
What
was a prime example? Apologies to cut you off.
What people owe them? Do people owe them anything to take care of them? I'll tell you that is an example of this girl, this woman. She was a bit desperate for a child, to be honest. You know, she's hit 40. And so looking around for a man, so she was desperate for a child. And so...
As they are.
This guy, doesn't want to marry or anything, date. Well, she got when she got pregnant, he thinks that she tricked him. I don't want to acknowledge that and make sure. So when she was any natal exams, he wouldn't go there. When she went to give birth, he stayed far away in case people would think that he's her partner. Or he might be the father of all things. And he told her, demanded his name not be put on the birth certificate, even though it was his child. Yeah? When a child born of that, no, she's not my partner. Until now, we live separately, so she won't have a claim on my property. And then now she's getting like diabetes or so, going on 60s, and then calling her back, yeah, let's live together. Because now he needs her to look after him. Because he's becoming ill. Come on. That's what they think. And there's someone else that say, oh, no, I want to find someone else. He's in his 60s and now look after me when ill. Like, look, the person, that woman, she can't have her own family, can't come with baggage, and she can't be financially dependent on me. She has to have her own resources. But come on, why would someone all of a sudden start dating you with all that, not have to depend on you for anything, and to come look after you? You have to have at least a history. You know, look, it's one thing if you're with your partner for many years, 20 or 30 years, and they've become ill. You've got all that history where between you two, of course you're going to look after your partner. You're not going to abandon your partner after so many years because they've become ill. Yeah, you're going to look after, cause,
yeah, of course.
Because all the years your partner would have helped you, did things for you, built up this credit system,
of course,
so to speak. But now someone you just started dating, and now expects you to go look after him.
Yeah,
that person. Why would you?
Yeah.
Well, it was someone.
I
What's
didn't
your
sign
obligation?
up for this.
I didn't sign up for this. Obliging you, expecting me to, and you don't want me to give anything back.
Well, how long would it be before it started to feel like a setup? You're
Yeah.
being set up here.
Being set up here.
I'm going to be
only
I'm going to be a living housemate, nanny or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the thing. Look, and there's a rise of buzzwords over real understanding. I mean, there's how many of these words have you heard? I mean, triggered. I'm triggered. A lot from the left thing. Triggered as in offended. High value. High value man, high value woman. Oh, I'm high value. So I need a man over 6'4" and earning 7 figures. 6 figures is nothing now.
It's not enough.
Yeah. Earning 7 figures.
Yeah, 5 million a year. Some of them are talking
yeah.
about now. 5 million a year.
Yeah, and you know, don't even think of don't mind that you're obese yourself, not just overweight, but you might be obese. But that's the type of person that you deserve because of your high value. But says who?
And they think like they're glamorous, but if they went overseas to see some women that are like in places where the diet is somewhat a little bit better than what there is in the US,
Yeah.
You'll see that they're not as beautiful as what they think.
Yeah.
Because there's some people that's got natural beauty that are like, wow.
Wow. And
because they've got right foods. They've got right lifestyles or whatever. You know, and what we've noticed in the West is that our diets are pretty, well, we buy everything from a packet.
Yeah, it's convenience society.
And it's full of vegetable oil and, you know, and stuff like that. And there's one of these
Additives.
popular vegetable oils that a lot of people consume today that was originally developed for machinery.
Is that the canola oil?
Well, you bet. Yeah, yeah. I was trying to avoid saying it, but it doesn't matter. But anyhow, there's these things are not good for us, and it changes the body shape.
Yeah.
And
like I
so
say,
we think that we are of, you know, great, you know, physical specimen and the personification of physical perfection, perhaps, and then we end up just nothing more than a big fat slob.
Yeah.
Compared to others that you see that have real good diets or whatever.
Yeah, people are not honest with themselves. Yeah, or maybe because everyone around them also looks just as bad that they think they mold themselves into thinking this is normal.
This is normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's 40 something, a high percent, 40+% of people in America are obese.
Obese, not just overweight, but obese.
Obese.
Almost half the population.
Almost half. Yeah.
Adult population is obese.
Yeah.
That is scary. Though what's scarier is they're not the fattest country in the world.
Oh, they're not?
Yeah. I believe it's one of the islander countries is.
All right.
In terms of proportion. Well, absolute figures, yes.
Yeah.
But amount of people.
But I wonder why the islanders are like that. Because
I think, look, genetically, because, you know, they move between islands on their boats. I guess they've got to bulk up because you go through some sort of fast when you're moving on the ship, on the boat.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So be able to store. So genetically, it's a different, the traditional lifestyle. It's because of their traditional lifestyle. That's why they're like that.
Right.
But now modern-wise, they don't need to do that. So, but they still get big anyway.
Yeah, it's in the DNA.
And then it's in the DNA. So, so that's why genetically they put on weight a lot easier because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Other words that we keep hearing boundaries. Yeah,
Boundaries?
You heard of that? Or manifest. Or
I heard it in the cricket the other day.
You what?
Another boundary.
Another boundary. Red flag. Yeah, that was a red flag.
No, it was a 6, I think they called it.
They hear the word red flag.
Oh.
As a bad signal. He's out. Or she's out.
He's out.
Yeah.
Got him.
That. Or soft life. That's around, and they're telling people that are conservatives, calling it the soft life. And look,
soft life.
Masculine and feminine energy is used simplistically. They're not really dealing down. I think a lot of people don't actually understand what it means. We say
I'm one of them.
Masculine and feminine energy. You're one of them?
No, I'm only joking.
So, you know, language really can clarify or distort things, and those things are, I guess, it distorts reality, those words. And look, what should good dating advice actually do? Good dating advice, it should actually promote self-awareness, aware of yourself. Firstly, where would you rank in terms of marriage material? You need to know, and you need to be honest about it, because without being honest about yourself, then you can't improve yourself. You don't know that you need improvement, and to what level, so that you can work on it. Because without self-awareness, without knowing what how you rank, you're not going to be. Then you keep being surprised why you can't hook someone, a high-value person.
Hook someone?
Hook a high-value, get a high-value
Sounds like a
person.
boxer.
High-value person.
But I think it was
Or marriage material.
Was it the poet laureate that said, above all else, be truthful to thyself?
No, because look, if you're not aware that you're not marriage material, then you keep being surprised why marriage material people don't choose you. Or you don't cut it. And then you keep being surprised, why aren't I cutting the mustard? So all that relationship advice, good ones, should encourage you to have a self-reflection. And basically like self-audit of yourself.
That's what you need to do. You need to self-audit. You need self-reflection.
Yeah. To know, where am I going wrong, or what areas that I can improve on myself.
And sometimes, for the most part anyhow, is that we don't really know how we are ourselves.
Yeah.
Until another person brings it to us.
Yes.
Are you aware that you've got this tendency? And most friends, or we won't tell each other these things.
Yeah,
but
it's only the closest of friends.
The truest friends will tell you.
Truest friends will, because you know what? That because of the nature of your relationship,
you're strong enough to beat that.
To take it.
Yeah.
You know, you won't get offended by your friend, because you know your friend so well, and you know your friend only wants
only looking out for you.
Only looking out for you. So,
but are you aware that you've got this tendency? You see that you do this and do that, and a lot of people are not aware of it.
Yeah.
They're not aware of it until someone else brings it to them.
Someone that loves them and that they can trust.
Yeah.
Brings it up, and then they wouldn't be offended by that. They say, "Oh, really? Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing. And look, good relationship advice should encourage responsibility. Take responsibility for your actions, your choices. Don't, and not pander to blame everyone else but yourself.
Yeah, well, that's the most part for most people.
Why didn't your last relationship work out?
Oh, it was their fault.
It was their fault, really? Or did you have any hand in it? Were you responsible for at least some of it? Really say anything? And this is what good relationship advice is. Not playing lip service, not just giving out feel-good rhetoric.
Like you work for a billionaire.
Yeah, and like you're great and so forth. No, you're fine. You don't need to change or anything. It's other people. The problem is with other people, not you. That's not going to help. Even though that's popcorn advice, that's what makes people feel good. Right? And look, good dating advice should also help people to choose better. Okay, that cookie cutter thing, like you're after someone earning 7 figures and over 6 foot tall, and so
he's
forth.
And one woman wanted that. There was one man in particular. What was he? He was a tall guy. The guy was really tall and big, strong, and he had a red cape on the back.
Yeah.
and he had what do you call it? He had pantyhose on. He was wearing tights.
Underwear.
He was
on
wearing
the outside.
tights. He was wearing his underwear on the outside.
But yeah,
she was waiting for him.
Yeah, okay, waiting for him, but not the other guy that wears glasses and that was a reporter. No. He's not attractive.
Yeah, I'm after the Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not the Clark Kent.
No. who wears Clark shoes or something.
Yeah. But yeah, you have to people choose better, not just on the aesthetics, based on aesthetics or the superficial.
Yeah.
Yeah, telling people, helping people choose people with values, internal, with substance. Look at substance.
Substance.
That's what good dating advice should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, and
Morals, ethics.
morals, ethics, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Your values. People don't like
Ambitions.
to talk about. That's archaic, you know. No. You don't want to go.
What's your
something
ambitions?
exciting.
Yeah. What's the ambitions?
And look, and the good dating advice should prepare people for marriage, not endless dating. Like I say, if you're just after dating for fun, it's easy. Don't overthink it. All you need is someone good looking and fun. That's it. You don't need any relationship advice or dating advice. That's it. Waste your time. So the advice then should be about preparing people for marriage. You know, people how to date for marriage, what to look for in a marriage partner.
Well, one of the things is why do you want to get married? You see, that I think that needs to be established
Yes,
as well. Like
as
the
well.
reason.
Yes.
Because I think that's been missing now. Like nobody really. They think, oh, it's just a hookup because of some emotional,
Need or something
or
like
overwhelming of the emotions, and it inspired us that we want to, be delusional or something
something
forever.
like that.
And but nobody really sort of mentions the teamwork value, what you can achieve in life with the right person, and how far you'll go downhill quick
with the wrong one.
the wrong one.
People don't think about that. That is sad.
Yeah.
So, and look, you need to. It doesn't. Good advice should teach communication, emotional regulation, and discernment. How to discern what type of partners that you really should be going for. It's not, is it? Other than someone tall, dark, and handsome, and hot looking, or a strong, independent woman. For a man, really think do you? Yeah, she's strong and independent. She doesn't need you. Doesn't need you. She's not going to appreciate you. And just because, and I guess men think that, I don't want a woman that's just dependent on me for everything. That's fine and well, but I think what they getting confused with that in wanting a woman with also her own skills. Is that she can contribute, so I guess they're getting mixed up with strong, independent women. Think that what they keep hearing is that the type of woman that can bring substance. Well, in fact, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, and this is my filter for good advice. Any advice that you're going to receive, if it's not mine, really think about it. Does this advice make you wiser or more bitter? Is it just appealing to your outrage side for you to be more outraged, or waking you up to make wiser decisions? I say, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll be more discerning next time.
I'll be more discerning next time.
I'll be looking out for that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I've learned my lesson.
I've learned my lesson. Okay, that's why I kept making such bad choices. Yeah, why I keep picking the wrong one. I wasn't looking for this.
If only they had tuned in to this show on a Sunday night, 89.3 2GLF.
And seriously, yes, seriously. Okay, does it prepare you for marriage, or just keeping you in dating or performance mode? Really, is that advice really preparing you for marriage? If not, you don't need it. If we're just sprouting things just to date for fun, that's easy. You don't need that. And I have to say, I've looked around, and I'm possibly the only one that actually is encouraging to date for marriage. Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, look, the only female at least.
Yeah.
Okay, there is some. Look, the late Charlie Kirk.
There are a few around.
A few to some extent.
And there's a pommy girl with the red hair.
You mean was it?
Or is she American?
Pearl Davis.
Pearl Davis.
Yeah, she's American. Just saying she's the female version of Andrew Tate. However, I've listened to her, And more thing is she's playing on the problems in the dating market and societies is she lays it at the foot of women.
Yeah.
But she's not prepared. She's not giving
She said
people advice.
Men are loyal, women are really terrible.
But she's
and she's
not
saying like things, if you see a man, it says, a man keeps his word. What is it? I can't remember, but it's anyhow. But yeah, she goes off against women.
Yeah.
But
she's not giving out advice for women for marriage.
For marriage.
So she's disparaging women.
Yeah.
You know, women are pointing out the things that women are doing wrong, but she's not encouraging women to do the right thing, what's right, to get married. So the only one I know of is the late Charlie Kirk, to some extent for the men.
Yeah.
Some of Jordan Peterson's, not all. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's part of it, but he's not really encouraging marriage.
Marriage is
choosing the right partner, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, he's more, this should happen in marriage.
The only
in
place you'll hear about it is when somebody interviews a billionaire and says, "What's the best advice you could possibly give to a young budding entrepreneur who's coming up in the industry and wants to be like you?" And they'll probably say, "Choose the person you marry very carefully. It'll make or break you."
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why
And that's
we're
about
here.
the only place you'll hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but apart from here, apart from this show. So in a way, I am fighting an uphill battle because I'm the only one in this corner.
But you
fighting.
do have a great skill set for astrology.
Yes, and that is where people can find another way of cutting through all the BS and looking behind the mask that anyone would put up.
And I remember hearing you say that if they do actually give you the exact date of birth, the real and true date of birth, there is virtually no way they can be cheating.
They can't lie.
They can't lie about
They can't lie.
can they?
Even if they try to give a false date of birth, because they have no way of knowing whether or not that date of birth is going to be compatible with their partner. Trying to cheat that way.
Yeah, so there's no point saying you've got a different date of
The
birth.
date of birth. Yeah, there's no point.
Yeah.
Or what method I'm using to do the reading. Exactly, yeah, as well.
Somebody said the other day, he says, I'm Sagittarius.
Yeah.
He says, oh, what's that? He says, oh, half man, half horse.
Yeah.
Licensed to crap in the street.
Well, thanks so much for coming in. We're coming towards the
On
end
that
of
note,
the show.
it's time to go now. You're going to tell
reminder.
jokes like that.
Reminder to download your free copy of my book, Your Complete Partner, How to Choose the Right Partner for Love and Marriage for a Lifetime.
Ooh.
So head on to my website, makemarriagreatagain.net, to download your free copy. And don't forget to follow me on my Facebook page. I have 2 Facebook pages, Miss Dragonfly and Make Marriage Great Again. Please follow both if you can, but at least follow one, because I do post different things on the Facebook pages. And if you let us know let us know if you've enjoyed the show by leaving your comments there. And also, if there is a topic you'd like me to cover, then feel free to leave it there as well. And if I can cover it, then I definitely will.
You forgot to say click like and subscribe.
And don't forget to click like and subscribe.
And you can also go to the 2GLF FM 89.3. What is it? 893fm.com.au. 893fm.com.au.
To listen to any prior shows that you've missed.
And there's some great shows on
Yes.
this station, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a local radio station and all that, but it can go around the world. And it's great. It's things you hear here that you don't really get anywhere
You
else.
don't, yes.
Like this show.
Like this show. Can you imagine? Is there any other show on radio like this? I was saying, anyone? Anyone come across a radio show like this? Yeah, apart from like I say, popcorn advice, anything like a marriage-centered show that's not religious.
Well,
Yeah.
it might be. Well, it's a bit better than singles night in that small village.
So on that, thank you so much again for coming in, Bluey, and I'll leave our audience with this. The internet can teach you how to play the game, but not how to build a life. I'm Miss Dragonfly, and this is the Relationship Whisperer. Let's make marriage great again by choosing wisdom over viral nonsense. And on that, don't forget to tune in same time next week. And until then, it's bye for now.
Bye.